girls and guys. Y'all, it don't even feel right. Because I'm guilty. I got a cloud of guilt over my head. I am so sorry. I know I've been gone for a minute and I just pop back up out of nowhere. We're like, hey girls and guys, like nothing's happened. You know, I wasn't missing for 4 or 5 months. I'm sorry. I know I was, and sincerely apologize for like ducking out. But I had some my own issues that I had to deal with. I was on my little hiatus and it went longer than I planned on. But you know, self-care is important, number one. And number two, I had to do what was best for me mentally and emotionally, and taking this time off was very, very necessary. Obviously, you can tell from the title of this video, I moved again, and I'll catch y'all up on that in a minute. But yeah, I just had to like get out of Dodge. You know, sometimes being on YouTube, social media in general can be very, very toxic. And I really needed to take a break, more so from YouTube. Just everything that goes into it, and yeah. So here I am. We are back, the sister and brotherhood. And with that said, if you haven't already, I would love for you to join us because we got a lot of bonding to do anyway. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. I would love to have you guys join us. In the meantime, go grab you a glass of wine, get your popcorn or hot cocoa, Sprite, iced tea, whatever it is that you do, and join us back here on the couch because there's a lot that's changed in my life and I haven't really let you guys in on, and I'm about ready to do that. Okay, now let's get to this video. Okay, guys. All right, time. Okay, so listen, this is more of a vlog style, so we real comfortable and okay, we here. So I'm not gonna do a lot of editing on this video. So if it don't seem normal, there's a number of reasons why. Before I go any further, I do want to introduce you guys to my niece, Malacha. Now, a lot of y'all, old heads, met her years ago when she was a young laddie, and she is now finishing up her last year in college, and she majored in basically television journalism and all that stuff. So she is joining Team Hot. And y'all will be seeing and hearing a lot from her even when she's not in front or just behind the camera. She's going to be producing and eventually doing some editing and all that stuff too. So say hi to Malacha. You gotta get lower. We don't want to cut your face off.
Hello.
This is Malacha, and yeah.
She's really wrong for this one. But hello, you'll be seeing more of me.
Okay, you can go back behind the camera.
So awkward.
Welcome, Malacha. I won't tell y'all her nickname. She would kill me.
Yep.
And this video would never see the light of day. So anyway, long story short, actually I'm lying. It's probably not gonna be short, but I left Vegas. I left Nevada and I moved back to Dallas. Surprise. I know y'all probably think I'm crazy, and I know you're like, dang, Toni, you move a lot. I think in a past life I was probably a nomad because there's a certain part of me that got something out of exploring new places and, you know, living in new places, and I liked it. But I will say I'm done this time. I'm not moving anymore, and it's not just because I'm back in Dallas. I think had I moved to Italy or, you know, somewhere else, like over in Paris, wherever, I still wouldn't move again. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And that's the part, a little bit of what I want to talk about today too, is my mental health. So I told you I had to take a break. Well, the moving added a lot to, I found myself teetering on the brink of really having a nervous breakdown. And I don't say that lightly or jokingly, But like for real, it was to the point that I ended up having another shingles episode. If you know anything about shingles, you know how painful it is. And anybody can get shingles that's ever had chickenpox. If you've ever had chickenpox, then you are subjected to the possibility of getting shingles because it's lying dormant in your bloodstream. So shingles used to be associated with like an old person's disease. You know, old people used to be the only ones that get shingles. In fact, the vaccination that's out is only for people like over 55 or something like that. Hopefully that changes in the future. But typically you get like one shingles episode, and it's painful and it can last for months, you know, the nerve pain. But this is now the second time I've had shingles. The first time is when I moved to LA from Dallas. It's just the stress of moving by myself with 2 kids and new place, never lived there before, that sort of thing, and just shutting everything down here, trying to get everything started there all simultaneously by myself. And kind of the same thing here. I obviously know Dallas because I was born and raised here, but I think the anxiety of coming back to a place that you left and you had no intentions of coming back to, not that I have anything against Dallas, but this is like my own personal thing. And I didn't really want to come back, and I'll get into that later, actually, why I moved. But it was hard, you know, just trying to deal with everything with my house in Vegas, and just the timing of it all, and dealing with my boys in school and just wanting them to be happy, and finding a house here in Dallas, and the whole process, you know, with buying, and just, it was a kind of a, I won't say a nightmare, but it was very, very taxing mentally. And trying to do it from afar made it even worse. You know, trying to find a house and you're not even in the city. Luckily, I knew Dallas, but you still have to see a house. And so I found a really amazing realtor who specialized in, you know, out of state relocations, and he was amazing. I really say he was probably a godsend. So I survived, needless to say, but not without having a moment of reckoning with myself, that I need to take better care of myself, mentally, spiritually. I will say that my relationship with God has changed dramatically over the last 2 years. And so like Vegas for me was not, it wasn't a waste of time. It was a necessary step. And because I felt so isolated being in Vegas, it was kind of a good thing because I was able to focus more on what I needed to do business-wise, with God and my boys. It was less of a distraction because in Vegas, like the circles are not easily infiltrated. Like you don't just go to Vegas and have a tribe unless your tribe moves with you to Vegas. I thank God for my girl Rhonda. Rhonda has been around, you know, she's been a hot member since day one. Really, she's one of the first 500 subscribers of the channel. So her and I have always had this unique, you know, relationship and friendship. And we finally got to meet when I moved to Vegas, and our bond strengthened so much. And she was a lifeline because everything outside of work and my kids, she was kind of responsible for, like social stuff. That, and then I met my friend Shy, who I introduced you guys to. Shy is the my boss babe friend, the one who usually does my lashes. As you can see, I only have like 8 of them left. Shy, please come back. Yeah. So Shy was amazing. Such a sweetheart. So when I was moving, you know, it's very expensive to move interstate. Very expensive. And I had to put myself on a budget. I had to really almost shut down houseofhot.com, the store, to focus on the move. And, you know, with buying a house and all the money that it takes, you know, down payment and just like everything, I had to put myself on a really strict budget. And so I told Shy, I was like, look, I'm not, I won't be coming as often because like I've got to save money and I'm cutting back everything extra. And so Shy, being Shy, she was like, girl, no, I'm going to do your lashes for free, a whole set. Don't worry about it. This is on me. I want to do something nice for you. And so that was very hard because I'm not used to taking anything from anybody. But I'm very thankful for that type of friendship that I have with her because I'm so used to being the one that's, you know, doing for other people and like giving. And it was very difficult for me to take something and not pay for it, kind of foreign. You know, relationships like that, I will always value, like her and of course, Rhonda. That's my girl. Whew, yeah, I'm all over the place and I'm sorry. I just get so much to talk about and it's just like spewing out of my hair right now. I'm trying to stay on track, but it's really hard. So here I am. I'm in Dallas, obviously. You can tell because this is the new location. I'm really excited about that. I do love my house. I will do a house tour soon. I'm still trying to piece everything together because I got rid of a lot of furniture. I had to let go. Just cut ties with stuff, especially pieces of furniture that were in old relationships and things like that. Some of my pieces of furniture I've had for 10 plus years. Really good pieces, mind you. But it was time to like let those pieces go and start fresh. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. And as you can see, it's nice and airy now, guys. It's not so dark. I'm not drunk. Caffeine buzz, yes, but not drunk. Yeah, so y'all probably have 1,000 questions, and I just want you to know that go ahead and leave those questions in the comment section because you know that I'm really good about getting back in the comments and, you know, having our normal conversations, and I try to be as transparent as possible while protecting, you know, my own privacy to an extent. But I'm pretty transparent with you guys. You know, I'm an open book for the most part. So if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. As far as Dallas is concerned, I've got anxiety about being back here. I've been kind of like a hermit. Only a handful of people know that I moved back. I've just recently gotten ballsy enough to be on my other platforms of social media like Instagram, some Snapchat, and Facebook and talking about being in Dallas, but I really didn't tell anybody. So consider yourselves amongst the first people to know outside of my family. And I've got some things that I need to deal with, I guess, internally in terms of being back here. And it has nothing to do with anybody, like a person in particular. This is all stuff that's like trapped in my head, you know. That's kind of the unfortunate part of being a creative person. Like you overthink, a creative perfectionist, I should say, because you overthink everything. And I've been doing this Bible plan about creativity, and it talks about allowing perfectionism to hinder you. And so I'm going to be working on that. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm going to shoot another video when we get done with this, but to be honest with you, I've got to pick my son up from basketball camp. So I've got to end this video right now. I told you, like, I'm laying it down. We're just getting caught up. This is just a you and I video. This is not like, you know, one of our normal things, but I'm going to continue the conversation and I will tell you guys why I moved. That's a really big step for me. Y'all know I don't put my business out on the streets. I don't do it. Okay. Okay, so I made it back and decided to continue on. Okay. Forgive me if like the lighting's different. I told you this is all about hanging out and transparent. Like this is not about perfectionism because that's what I'm working on. There's a big gray cloud passing by right now as we speak. And I don't like, I'm not bringing all the lights out. Okay. I'm just gonna be for real. Anyway, every time I've moved, I will always get these comments, and some of them I know came from a very pure place, like legit. But some of them came from a very shady place. And it was always about me renting a house, or are you buying the house? Or like when I got my last car, like, oh, well, if you don't own a house, you should be buying that kind of car and all this kind of stuff. I mean, all kind of like nosy, like none of your business type comments, okay? And I really want to address the renting versus buying situation, because these people out here making folks feel ashamed and, you know, feeling bad about renting. And I don't want y'all to feel bad. If you're in a place to where you're renting, so what? You know what's best for you. You know what you can do and what you can't do. I know a lot of wealthy people. I can just rattle them off the top of my head, people that I know personally that don't own real estate because they move around too much, like they travel too much and they don't want the upkeep or the commitment. So it's about personal preference and choice. Oh, that's my friend calling me. I'll have to call her back. It's about personal preference and what fits your lifestyle. Now, as for me personally, I told you, I'm kind of like a nomad at one point. Like I like to move around and, you know, explore new places. And it's hard. Like if you have a house, like real estate, I don't know if you ever bought and sold a house, you can't just like up and leave. I mean, sometimes you lose money and then sometimes your house sits on the market for forever. So that's stressful in itself. I never wanted to put down roots where I wasn't sure that I was going to stay or not. So that was one of the reasons I didn't buy. But like moving to LA when I left Dallas, I had never actually lived in LA. Even though I've been to LA many times, I had not actually lived there before. And you don't know neighborhoods. You don't know like what area is really great. You don't know, well, we know what areas are great. We don't mean that you can afford those areas. Okay, I can do that. Anyway, yeah, so when I got to LA, there was like no way. I wasn't even thinking about buying anything. I needed to figure out where I wanted to be, where I wanted to live, where I was working, because in LA, like the traffic is so bad. You literally want to kind of live, work, and play all within a 3 to 5 mile radius. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable sitting in traffic for half your life. So that was one reason why I didn't buy. And then also the cost of living in LA. Are you kidding me? Stupid expensive. One of the places I lived, I'm not going to tell you how much, but it was upwards, like it was close to like $1 million for a town home. And I was renting it. Yeah, I'm from Texas. And I don't pay those kind of prices for a townhome. Sorry. Yeah, so anyway. And the other thing is like people's credit scores are a factor. Like you can't just go buy a home if your credit's not good. My credit kind of got like obliterated. Got destroyed when I went through my divorce. This is like years ago. And so it took me a while to like rebuild and figure out what I was doing. And then my girl Arnita of Luxurious Credit, I'm sure a lot of y'all know who she is. You know, I bought her books and stuff and I repaired my credit, got it like back up to like stellar, like, you know, old cigar smoking, scotch drinking white man status credit. And so I was good, but you still have to have like a down payment and all that stuff. And if you don't have that, then, you know, so don't let nobody make you feel some sort of way about buying versus renting. It's like, boo, do you? And if you are military or former military, take advantage of the VA loans. Like I wish I could have taken advantage of a VA loan. You know, you don't have a down payment usually if it fits within their specs or whatever. So take advantage of that. And then the other thing is, if you are thinking about buying and moving interstate is hard because you have to look at houses and plan to go see the houses. And that's very hard to do sometimes when you have kids and you're in another state and you've got to fly to another state. You're not trying to take your kids. Yeah, it gets very nerve-wracking. And my realtor, I was so fortunate to stumble across this guy. Like, God literally placed this guy in my path. I was inquiring about a house, and out of like all the numbers I had called, similar situation to like when I moved to Vegas, he called me back, and it told me that the house that I was inquiring about had a contract pending on it. And he was like, however, you know, if you need help with anything, just let me know. And he was just very cool, straightforward, not pushy, not thirsty. And I felt very comfortable, like an immediate peace. And so I was like, hey, you know what? I don't have a realtor. Could you, you know, help me? Just coincidentally, well, not coincidentally, he specialized in out-of-state moves. So it worked out. I found a house, and it was a process. Oh my God, getting this house was a whole nightmare. It was a house that had been burned, and then some flippers bought it, and they gutted it down to the foundation and brick, and basically rebuilt the house from scratch. So I got a brand new house in an old, established, mature neighborhood, which is great. But with that comes like all the inspections and the appraisals, and it was just so much. But you know what? God worked it all out, and I'm happy. I love my house. Well, like I said, do a tour later. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I know I went long-winded, but we're just chit-chatting, and we're comfy. I hope your wine's good. Ooh, if you're drinking some good wine, put it in the comments, because I want to know. Okay? Yeah, so that's about it. I am going to do one more video on this topic, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I moved. I have to do a separate video for that, because if I don't, like, this video will be 45 minutes long, and nobody wants that. So that's it. Okay, now I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay. Let me stop doing it before Cardi comes sue me. We don't want that. Hey girl, hey. I am not drunk at all. I have not even drank any wine. I'm just happy. Now she giving me side eye because I had one drink at lunch earlier today, hours ago. One little bitty, what was I drinking?
Bourbon.
Oh, yeah, but it was a mint julep. Y'all know I love me some whiskey occasionally. A mint julep's like my little refresher drink. Anyway, that is not why I'm like this. I'm just real chill and relaxed, and I'm really happy that my anxiety level has come way down. And it's like I can breathe and relax and just chit chat with y'all and let you know what's up. For those of you who are still hanging on watching this video, how you doing? Anyway, I'm glad to be back. I miss you guys. I know I seem like a crazy drunk person right now, but I'm not. I just have so much stuff in my head right now, and it all wants to come out at the same time. So yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This may not be the right time to ask you to subscribe, because you probably think I'm crazy, but if you want to join the crazy bus, then come right on. You're welcome. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I'm a dork.